Good morning, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I will present Anna Campanelli. With a degree in mathematics and psychology, Tania held different managerial roles in many companies, and now she's a professional coach. As a successful woman in leadership, she actively fights against gender disparities and works to empower young individuals, especially women, in their personal professional growth journeys. Good morning, Tanya. Can you share a bit of your background and how you became interested in mental coaching and management?
First of all, thanks for this nice presentation. Yes, I'm Tanya Campanelli. I started many years ago as a mathematician, as a software engineer in a software house. After a while of this technical role, I started to feel the need to live in some way the technical part of my job, and I started to understand that I was good in managing people, understanding people, creating relations, defining processes. And so I moved from a technical role, a pure technical role, to the management role. So I became manager, and I worked in many different companies, international companies, but also Italian companies. I had the opportunity to know a lot of different culture and managing more than 120 people around the world, and I traveled a lot because I had this group spread around the world, so from Russia to China to India to United States, different countries in Europe. During this experience, these years, I also felt the need to continue my study because I understood more and more in managing people that soft skills are very important. Soft skills were very important for me to manage people and for the people to be more and more motivated and to grow and to work better, to be more committed. So I continued my study. So I took a master in HR management. I have project management and agile methodologies certifications. And I am a professional coach. And last but not least, I took a degree in psychology. And why I did that? Because even inside a company, I cover the roles, always roles linked to the technical part of the companies I worked in. So program management director, I was the vice president of research and development, software engineering director, so always related to technical teams. But even in this case, you need to consider a lot the interactions between people. The soft skills, the motivation, how to have people more and more committed, and this is why I continued my study, and this is why a few years ago I decided to stop my career after 31 years in different companies as manager. And I decided to fully dedicate to my career to help professionals, managers, especially women, in growing, professionally growing, in identify and create their career.
During your experience as a manager, which difficulties did you face? Do you think that they are somehow related to your gender?
The main issue, the main challenge I faced in all the different companies I worked in and all the different roles is managing people. I mean, technical things you can in some way figure out how to come out, but the managing people is very difficult. Communicating is very difficult. Creating relationship inside the company with the other departments, with all the stakeholders, internal and external, is very difficult. So these are the main issues I found everywhere, in all the companies, in all my experience. From the gender point of view, I have been probably very lucky because despite I changed, I think, 8 companies, I never felt discrimination. I never felt some way that I was paying the fact that I was a woman. For sure, this is a pity. For sure, in all my executive roles, I was the only woman. So there were no women at the top level in the board. This means that there were no women in the place, in the table where you take decision, important decision. So no discrimination, but for sure the reality is that, especially in mechanical companies, in technical companies like the ones I worked in, this difference is big. For me, as I said, it was really a pity to see good professional manager women that at one point decided to stop by themselves their career because of insecurities, because of a strange culture that is pushing us to choose between family and the career. That for me doesn't make any sense, but this is the general culture, especially in Italy. And so I always said to myself, okay, I want to achieve the best I can achieve from a career point of view. I wanted, before stopping my career as a manager, I wanted to become a CEO, and I did it. But then I always knew that at one point I would change my mission to help women, because I really feel that is not correct, this. And it is also a pity for the companies, because having a women inside the team, in the leadership team, it makes the difference, because we are different, and this is something that I strongly believe on.
Which are the disparities and unique challenges that women might face in the workplace?
I think that the most important enemy we have are ourselves. For sure, I've been very lucky, because I always worked in companies where the leadership team, never did something against my gender. The fact that I never felt in some way that I paid this. But for sure, the social rules we are living in, the culture, also the people that we have around us are in some way pushing us to be less ambitious, more mom, less hours at work, more hours with the children. And again, this has happened 30 to 40. Most part of the good managers, women, are stopping their career because they have to take this decision. Really, the main problems we have to face as women, from my experience, is to stop feeling this sense of guilt that we in some way, even if we don't want, we feel at one point in our career. Again, I want to repeat this. I have been lucky because I know for sure that there are some professional contests, some companies where there is also real discrimination.
So, how do you encourage women to identify and pursue their personal and professional development goals?
As a professional coach, I defined a coaching program for women to help them identifying and achieve their career. How do I do it? First of all, with the coaching method. I love the coaching method because it's helping people to understand deeply which are your potentials and which are your capacities, and also to recognize your weaknesses and overcome them. To really understand how to improve. I see that the women that are working with me in a few months are able to feel stronger, understanding what they really want and which capabilities they can use to achieve what they identified as their next step in their career.
Have you observed any notable differences in motivation and aspirations between men and women? In other words, may they be more oriented to a personal realization or to a materialistic pursuits?
For sure, what I know is that men are paying a lot of attention to having power. They need to demonstrate to the team, to the company, to the other people that they can take decisions, they have power, they are able to do whatever they want. Usually they are a bit also more motivated to really achieve the position they have in mind. In terms of motivation and ambition, I think that we are starting as women with exactly the same kind of ambition and motivation. But then again, due to different cultural context, sometimes we fail in being strong in continuing our path and do whatever we can to achieve what we had in mind. I don't think we have different ambitions. The fact is that even when I work with women in the program, the coaching program, we feel a sense of guilt if we even say I am ambitious. Because it's something that culturally, if it is a woman that is saying that, it seems that it's something negative. If it is a man that is saying I am ambitious, it's good. So I think that is more a matter of how we behave to achieve the result. But in terms of motivation, I think that we have exactly the same motivation. I hope that we have exactly the same motivation. It is being succeeded. I mean, to have success. I mean, to demonstrate to ourselves, first of all, that we can do whatever we want. This is, at least for me, it has always been my motivation, personal motivation, and externally, the motivation it was to make a difference. I mean, to change the life of the people that were working with me.
Have you noticed any differences in ambition among women across different generations over time?
Unfortunately, not. I'm saying unfortunately because when I was younger, many years ago, most part of the women were creating a family, working. I mean, women were not so focused in their career. And when I was young, I was hoping, I was sure in my head and in my mind that, in 30 years from now, things will really be changing. Every woman will be strongly focused in new career and professional realization, satisfaction. Things have been improved, this for sure, but not as I would like. So yeah, I hope that things will improve more and more. For sure, I saw a big difference between different cultures. I mean, this for sure. I mean, for instance, when my experience in the United States, in California mainly, women are strongly focused in their career. They are also helped a lot from the government in taking care of children and also from the husbands. So they are really motivated, more than Italian people. By opposite, for instance, in India, I had hundreds of people, of members working in my team, and there were just 2 women. So there's really still a big difference in the world on this. I do think also that is still very difficult for women to be ambitious in Italy, more than for men, because not only because we always talk about the companies, the organization, the working context, but I think that, as I mentioned many times, it's also a matter of culture, so also a matter of having a family at home that is pushing you to go back and to stop your ambition and to stop your professional career. So it is still a long path, in my opinion.
And finally, what are the reasons that motivates you to keep on with this job?
I strongly believe that everyone must work to make this world better, especially the world for women, because the world will be better if women can help in taking decisions and in important decisions also inside the company. My mission was since when I was younger to change the life of the people around me, and I always try to do it even when I was a manager. But with this last role as a professional coach, I really love seeing people changing in front of me. I mean, I see week after week, session after session, that the women in front of me are really growing. I mean, becoming more and more aware of their potential, their power. And so what is pushing me to continue this job is to really see a different light in the eyes of the people that are working with me.
Okay, thank you very much, Tanya, for your time and for sharing your experience with us.
Thank to you.